Good morning, family, and welcome to what I'm calling the routine. This is Dr. B, and for the next 365 days, we're going to do this together. And we're not going to do it perfectly, but we are going to do it consistently. You know, we all talk about wanting a routine. We talk about discipline, consistency, faith, growth, but most of us don't actually have a routine that we can return to every single day. This isn't going to be me teaching you from the outside. This is me committing to becoming with you. So if you hang with me for 30 days, you'll build a powerful habit. If you hang with me for 90 days, it will change your life. But if you hang with me for all 365 days, your life will never be the same. And that, my friend, is a complete promise. As people who want to live their best lives, we need to be intentional. No, we have to be intentional. And for the next 365 days, if you join me, this is how we will start our day. We will wake up on purpose. We will protect our focus. We will not be distracted by opening our phones, devices, TV, computers, etc. until we are done here. We will hydrate immediately. We will create stillness through our breathing. We will work on our connection and our identity through a short devotional. We will focus on our gratitude. We will set our intention for the day. We will plan to make a connection with somebody this day. We will make and keep at least one promise to ourselves. And at some point today, we will move our body, not together, but you can do exercise, you can get it done. So now listen, if you're just finding us today, whether it's day 1 or day 200, you're right on time. These days don't build on each other, but each one stands on its own, and it's about consistency. And I understand because of the time zone, we're doing it at 6:30 Mountain Time, but whatever, you might have kids, you might have work and a real life. You may not always be able to join us live, and that's okay. If you need to, you can always watch the recording from the day before and do this routine earlier in your day if that's what it takes. It's live is obviously more powerful, but the recording still works. And that's what matters, is that you spend this time intentionally. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up. Welcome to the routine. Let's become together. And if you need more information, just go ahead and go to routine.live. Now let's go. All right. What another day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And can't wait to spend some time with you today. And we're going to just get right into it. We're going to start with our breathing. And so go ahead and then make sure that we get our music going here today. And all right. Deep breath in and out. 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 So we woke up on purpose this morning, taking our focus, not looking at any of the distractions and screens and phones and TVs and all that. In. We're going to hydrate right after we're done breathing. So if you don't have your water, go get it. Just creating some stillness through our breathing. Just some calmness. Some reset through our breathing this morning. I'm going to connect to our devotional. What are you thankful for today? Thankful for waking up. Thankful that you could step on the ground and the ground was there and your body didn't just falter, it actually held you up. What's on our intention for today? Trying to make a connection with today. Anybody new? Anybody you haven't talked to in a while? Anybody that you just want to be present with them? Let's do 3 more. Check on your finances today, making sure they're in order. 2 more. What exercise are you going to do today? How are you going to move your body? Yoga, Pilates, Peloton bike. 1 more. Breathe in. How about just walk? All right, let's jump into our devotional. And Zane's having trouble linking in, so I'm hoping you're able to get to where it's playing somewhere. All right. So today we are on, I'm going to go ahead and add to the screen here. All right, we are on day 41, caring out each other long term, caring for each other long term. And so today's verses encourage one another and build each other up. That's 1 Thessalonians 5:11. And when we think about our grounding, God strengthened. Oh wait, I forgot to drink. I'm coughing and I'm going, wait a minute, hydrate. Maybe you already drank because you knew I forgot. Either in the place, glad you did it now. So God strengthened our togetherness. And Bonhoeffer emphasizes long obedience in community. And this being together, so supporting continued long after a crisis is ended. Sometimes we come together when things happen to us that we are just not aware, or I'm not saying that we're aware of them, because to say it's a tornado or it's a blizzard or it's a uh, you know hurricane or something that happens that brings us together, community around the loss of a child or something like that, and we come in through in crisis, and then after the crisis is over, we kind of flee and go to our own world. Sometimes electricity's off for a whole lot of time, or there's an ice storm, or there's all these things that are out of our control that begin to bring us together. And then we, after that crisis is over, how are we making sure that we stay in community? I can remember we just not, you guys all probably remember that we had the pandemic not too long ago, right? We came together through our screens, we came together through Zoom, and now we were able to meet back to each other. And still, a whole lot of people don't want to come together. Some people have lost that. Churches have emptied out and people haven't come back together and people are staying home. I don't know if it's anymore from the fear of uh, the coronavirus, or it's just got easier not to be in community. And so I watched love stay long after attention faded. The kind of faithfulness changed lives, not in dramatic moments, but through steady encouragement. One of the things that helps us when we just kind of feel is that, hey, I made this commitment. I'm going to be there, and I'm just going to encourage other folks, not by controlling their actions, because you can't make anybody do anything, right? And sometimes we get frustrated at that they're not continuing to be in community. And what we do is all we can do is encourage and we can love on them. We talked about that yesterday in our devotional, is making sure that we're loving on each other. And one of the ways to do that is through encouragement. And so, how are you encouraging people today? Because love stays after applause fades, love stays after the honeymoon period, love stays when you are continually thinking of, how do I encourage others? How do I love on others? How do I spend time with others? How do you do all those things when you're thinking about the other folks? That's when it can last. When you're thinking about yourself, all you're thinking about is how I feel, not what I'm supposed to do. And so, who needs continued support from you today? Who haven't you talked to in a long time? Today might be one of those days where you look at relationships that you've had and you built. Maybe your connections are not new connections, they're old connections where you're continuing to just call, you're continuing to encourage, you're continuing to show up. Like, remember, as you hear me say the word continue, that means it's an ongoing process. This isn't, I get to say something to you once and then we're gone. It's this ongoing process where you continue to spend time, that you're encouraging, that you're reaching out, and then you're letting God do the rest. And if you're waiting, you're like one of those guys, well, I'm not talking to them because they haven't talked to me. That's not how it works. It doesn't work by you waiting on them to do what you believe is the right thing. It's about you doing the right thing and then seeing how God shows up with that. So practice checking with someone you haven't lately, and then, Lord, help me to love and long and well. Lord, help me to love long and well. And my blessing for you today is, may endurance mark your love. Endurance was one of our words that we had in the Word today not too long ago. And so just wanted to remember that it is you who gets to make the difference. It is you who somebody is praying, right? You are the answer to somebody else's prayer. Just be aware. All right, let's jump back into some more breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth today. Go back to our breathing music. All the way out. Let's do 4 more of these. Just concentrating on my breathing today. 3 more. Man, everything's coming up today. There we go. It's awesome. Do two more. One more. All right, we'll go ahead and drink our hydrate. Hydrate. That's what we're doing. Hydrate. All right. All right, let's jump right now into uh, our gratitude section. So when we think about gratitude, I'm going to read it. I hope that you two read it together. We're on day 41. Can you believe we're on day 41? And then, so we got 4 or 5 categories. And so as you write down, think about the categories in your life as I'm reading and add them. So thank you, God, that I woke up today. I received this day as a gift. Thank you for my body and my intricate systems working together to sustain my life and my calling. Thank you for my heart beating, my lungs breathing, my brain processing, my nervous system regulating, and my cells renewing. Thank you for aspects of my health I often overlook: my eyesight, my hearing, my balance, my digestion, my immune response, my ability to sleep and recover. Thank you for helping me remain aware of the stress, pace, and the rest that affect my body. I am grateful that my health continues to support clarity, patience, and endurance. For the second category, which is my family and relationships, I'm deeply thankful for my family, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, my parents, my in-law, and the shared history and responsibility we carry together. Thank you for love, forgiveness, laughter, and the ability to grow together over time. Thank you for relationships beyond my household, friends who check in, people who speak truth, those who encourage me quietly, and often difficult relationships that stretch my character. Thank you for helping me navigate relationships with wisdom, humility, and consistency. When I think about provision, thank you for the provision of my life. Thank you for food that nourishes me, a home that provides peace, transportation, creates freedom and safety, and allows me to rest. Thank you for provision I don't always name: time, access, opportunity, tools, technology, clean water, electricity, and the ability to plan ahead. Thank you for guiding me to recognize that provision shows up in many forms, not just material. Fourth category of finances, I'm grateful for my financial vision, opportunity. Thank you for the income, resources, and ability to manage finances responsibly. Thank you for the systems, skills, and opportunities that allow money to flow, to work, ideas, relationship, experience, and favor. Thank you for helping me learn from the past financial decisions and for guiding me towards greater wisdom, patience, and stewardship. The fifth category, the purpose and impact. I am thankful that I get to live with purpose today. Thank you that my life experienced both the victories and setbacks. Equip me in to help others become who you've created them to be. Thank you for impact that is visible, an impact that happens quietly, for conversations I'll never fully see, and fruit of seeds planted through consistency, and moments where simply showing up mattered. Thank you for guiding me to live the way that points others towards alignment and purpose. Thank you for allowing me to live boldly with purpose, to the witty ideas and the things that I can think of in my daily that can enhance and help others to grow. Thank you for this day and the continued shaping of my life. All right, let's jump into our affirmations today. I am becoming the person my life I'm becoming the person my future requires. I am becoming the person my future requires. You're saying this with me, and you are announcing them as you're affirming your day with them. I'm becoming the person my future requires. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I am connected to God, to myself, and to others. I am connected to God, to myself, and to others. I am connected to God, to myself, and to others. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I speak life into myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become what God made me to be. Oops. Well, that's wrong. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. Whew, I love doing those. Let's move into our word of the day. Discernment is our word today. Yep. Discernment is our word today. Meaning, discernment is knowing what deserves your eyes and no, and your no. Woo. Discernment is knowing what deserves your yes and what deserves your no. Figuring that out. It's that simple. It's having the discernment, knowing exactly what part is needed for you to say yes. And we have yes and no answers all the time. Sometimes we're asking people their opinions. I find it's so funny. And it's a yes or no answer, and or it's an either or answer, and they'll say yes or no, which is just crazy. Would you like ice cream or would you like an ice cream sandwich? Yes. Well, come on now. That's not discernment. That's just answering before you heard the question. So there was a season when I said yes to everything and felt guilty for being so tired. Discernment taught me that exhaustion is often a signal, not a weakness. When I learned to pause before committing, my energy returned, and so did my joy. This is where we set boundaries. This is where we say, you know what? This is going to be my day. My day is intention. When you wake up not on purpose or you wake up without intention, then your day can get away with you because you are reacting to your day instead of being proactive about your day. Your email is one of those things where it can be a distraction where you decide, you're reading all these things and you're saying yes. You're saying yes, yes, yes. There are some really good salespeople that are out there, but when you know what your intention is, you know where you're going, you know how to make that happen, it's easier to say no that the things that aren't aligned, and alignment was one of our words not too long ago, aligned with where you're going and your goals and what you're doing. And you're easily sold when you're not living in intention. And discernment is part of knowing where you're going so that you can make that decision to say no when it's important. I don't know if there's a whole lot of people who have too much of a problem saying no, no, no all the time. I think it's more people saying yes, 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 and then regretting it. It's okay to say, I know that there's one of the sales tactics that's out there that is something that it tends to work, is giving you that option that if you do this today, then I'm going to give you a discount, and you don't do it today. And I'm here to say it's okay not to get the discount if it isn't in alignment. You know when it's right. And sometimes before they even come, you already know that you're getting it. It's easy to tell somebody who's already wants what you have. But at the same time, your discernment, and this is just not yes and no in sales. I'm saying that because that's what comes to mind today. But yes and no in relationships. Yes and no in places that you go. Yes and no in the friends that you have. I remember feeling stretched thin and still saying yes because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. You don't want to disappoint your kids, so you say yes. You don't want to disappoint your spouse, so you say yes, even though it's not in alignment with what the goals that you guys said you can do. Then I'd be frustrated, tired, and short with the people closest to me. That's when I realized every yes is also a no to something else. Ooh. I realized, let me highlight that for a second. I realized that every yes is also a no to something else. Peace, rest, family, health. Discernment has taught me to pause, pray, and choose what aligns instead of what pressures. That is so good to step out. I'm not even going to stop and highlight this because you have to think of every time that you say yes, it's also a no. And what is it you're saying no to? And if you can think of the things that you're saying no to as a result of saying yes, let's say, I'm not even going to go into other examples because I'll let you think of some right now in your life. I'll even pause for a second to think of what are you saying yes to today that means it's a no to something else tomorrow. Is it peace? Is it rest? Is it family? Make sure it aligns with instead of what pressure. So today, make a connection. Who do you need to listen to more than talk to today? Then let them finish, right? Today, choose one of the conversations to be fully present in. Now I want you to say yes to that conversation because that's one of the most important things that you can do. Don't say no to scrolling on your phone and yes to a conversation. Because every time you say yes to scrolling on your phone, you're saying maybe no to something else that you can do. So it goes both ways, right? So what are all the things you're saying yes to that don't serve you? What is your discernment telling you? And how are you going to take action and actually follow that discernment? So let them finish. When you're in presence with somebody today, make sure the phone is down, your eyes are up. Say no to the phone, it being able to distract you, even if you have to turn it off, and yes to the person that you're around. So, what's your promise today? Pause before responding to one request. Pause and just think. Not asking for the yes or no. I'm not saying to say no. I'm not saying to say yes. I'm saying pause, create some discernment, and then answer. That's the promise. So you're going to make that promise. I'm going to pause. Then you write it down. If that's what you're doing, you can make any promise you want. But if you're doing this one and you're pausing, make sure you write it down. I'm promising I'm going to pause. So I made the promise. I'm writing it down. I'm saying it loud. I'm going to pause. And then you're going to do it before you go to bed today. Even if it's a 10-second pause and people just look at you crazy, it's okay. All right. The word was discernment. Discernment. How to have discernment that works for you based on how you've attended to today. All right, so what amazing day today in my throat. Sorry about that if my voice went in and out. Don't know what's happening, but I just want you to know that you are God's greatest gift. Let Him love on you if you can. Let Him just surround and wrap His arms around you today. We're getting ready to listen to the song and end our day. Don't forget that you are an answer to somebody else's prayer today. And so just be attentive and aware that every day, I think you're an answer in some way to something somebody's been praying for. You were born for greatness, my friend. I hope that you have a wonderful, incredible day today, and that all the things that you wanted to happen actually happen today. Enjoy this song, and we will talk to you again on day 42. We're getting through these. Have an amazing day.
Yeah. Dr.B in the building. We becoming the person now. Let's go. Woke up with a purpose, sunlight on my face. The God who made the universe still knows me by my name. Every step is kingdom, every breath is grace. I do not rush the process, I just run in my own lane. 2 ears, 1 mouth, so I listen first. Hurting people hurt people, so I speak the healing words. I am a coach, a friend, a brother, a guide, helping people break the limits that were living inside. You have to be the one before you do the thing. Identity before assignment, that is how freedom sings. Every story is sacred, every life unique, and they do not care what you know until they know you are listening. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the podcast to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From mile-high flights to Chicago nights, from track lines chalk to the chaplain's light. 250 men with stories that ignite, now living boldly with purpose taking off in sight. Relationship first, that is the way I lead. Connection is the soil where the soul gets freed. I am a husband, father, and granddad too. 30 people at Thanksgiving, that's what love can do. I say you are God's greatest gift because it is true. Every room gets brighter when you walk through. I am living this mission until the final breath, helping others rise so their best becomes their next level. I am becoming the person God made me I'm becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From Denver to the nations, let the good news spread. Faith over fear, that is the voice in my head. If you knew the stories and the places I have been, you would know every setback was a setup to win. I show up with bass and I show up with fire. I show up with truth for the ones who inspire. Legacy in motion, generations rise. God's fingerprints are all over my life. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Walking in the promise He keeps over me. Every step is purpose, every breath is praise. And the world gets brighter when we live this way. We are becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where our freedom stays. Let's go! Dr.B. Becoming the person. Every day.
All right. Well, have an amazing, awesome, just incredible day today. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning, right on time.